Welcome back to the Board Game Closet. I'm Tim.
I'm Seth.
And I'm Jordan.
And today we're looking at the differences between the old Xwing starter box and the new Xwing starter box.
So let's take a look at the new T70 Xwing.
Okay, so some of the big major differences between this ship and the old one is the cockpit. It's a lot longer than the old one.
Yeah.
Looks like it could almost fit two people.
Yeah, it looks like it could fit. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
That's a good
fit
point.
2 people.
Yeah.
The nose is a lot longer. Well, not a lot longer.
Just the nose cone itself.
Yeah, the nose cone itself is bigger than the old one. Also, you can talk about the engines on it, how instead of being 4 separate ones, it's 2, and they're split in half for each wing.
Yeah,
That's
well, it looks
cool
split in half. It's obviously 4 different.
Oh, yeah, it's 4 different ones. It
still.
looks split in half.
Yeah. Of course, here's these TIE fighters that we're looking at. And the biggest difference I saw on this one was just the back engine here.
Yeah, so they're a lot similar to each other than the X-Wings are. They're like the same size. The biggest difference is the paint job, of course, and then the back engine on there.
Yeah, it's like one of them has like a smaller opening almost, and then the other one's like a bigger, I don't know, gear-like.
And the color on this new TIE Fighter is pretty cool with the red in the windows and on top.
Yeah.
It's just a really nice look to it.
I gotta wait and see till I see them in action in the movie, till I say if that's a better TIE Fighter look or worse. Because, I mean, I've seen this one in action. I really like it. We've got some different artwork on the back of the cards here, so you can tell the difference in the factions here. So you have the New Order and the old Imperial, the Empire, and then you got the Resistance and the Rebel Alliance artwork. Also, this is the part I didn't really like, was the fact that they actually changed the damage cards, the back of the damage cards here.
They made it a different color and everything
So
on the back of them.
when you're drawing them, you're going to know when you're drawing the new cards. And I don't know if I agree with that. The text is, on some of them, is a little bit different. So you might get some actual different status effects and stuff to your ships with those. Then here, some new cards, the tech upgrade and the droids. And, of course, the droid in this one is...
Yeah, BB-8.
BB-8. All right, everybody loves the little rolling droid there. He's in there. He all he lets you do is an extra barrel roll, but he's only 2 points, so that's pretty cool. And then these tech upgrades. This is an odd choice, too, because they only gave 1 tech upgrade card in the box, but yet... both the TIE Fighters and the X-Wing can do a tech upgrade, so you don't have enough cards for everybody. But of course, points-wise, it's not going to work out anyways. But that is still weird that you don't have that card for that option. So, then on the cards themselves, looking at the stats, the difference here between the Imperials and the New Order, I did that backwards. The New Order actually has shields for once on the TIE Fighters. And they're slightly more expensive, and they also have lock-on ability. And then the X-Wings, the new X-Wing has 1 better shield, and it's Poe instead of Luke Skywalker. And he's got the boost action. So why don't you tell us about those dials?
Okay, so on the new dials, they have different movements that your ships can do, saying that they're going to be a lot more maneuverable. The new movement for the new X-Wing is the Talon Roll. So the Talon Roll is... you get a sharp turn, and you take your ship and do a whole 180 degrees with it, so you turn them all the way around. So instead of just doing a straight turnaround, you got to turn around on the side.
Yeah, so basically he comes out, but he ends up 180 degrees from the direction he was facing.
Which is going to be pretty crazy in the game.
Yeah.
And then with the new TIE Fighter, you get the Signor's Loop. With Signor's Loop, we've seen it before with the Scum and Villainy factions. A couple of them have it. And that's whenever you do the turn, and it turns all the way around on the turn itself, so that whenever it's facing, it turns all the way around to where the dial itself is facing originally, which does help a lot in the game.
All right, Jordan, why don't you tell us about the rules?
Okay, so the old rule booklet is it's a lot thicker, and it tells you like the basic rules, how to start with everything. And the new ones, there's actually 2 of them. There's a learn to play and a rules of reference, which I think is great to add into the game, because with the old starter set, we'd always get into something and we'd always have to look online to see how to figure something out. But now I feel like that the rules reference will help with that a lot, and that we won't have to go online as much, but I feel like we might still have to go on there a couple times. The learn to play doesn't have everything that the rules to play has of it, because it's just the learning how to of everything, and the rules are in both of these books, not in just the one like the other one was. And so I think it's nice that they split it up into two and added the rules reference book. One of the big questions you might be asking about the starter sets is which one would you rather buy over the other one if you're just getting into the game? I personally, because I don't think there's either one actually weighs the difference between each other, but I personally would get the original starter set because you get Luke and you get R2. And R2 is a big game changer in it because he heals your ship pretty good. And so he'd be a big game changer in the game, as if you got the new starter set, I think the big difference of why you would buy that one over the other one is that they're the newer ships. There's a big craze for Star Wars right now because the new movie's coming out. You can't get the expansions that only are these ships yet. So if you want the ships, you want to get the starter set for it right now. And of course you get BB-8 and you get the new tech upgrades and you get the ships that are a little bit stronger but more expensive than the other ships. So I think those would be like the main differences between the two of why you'd want to buy one over the other.
All right, so that's the main differences in the two box sets here with the new one coming out for the new movie. So thanks for watching here. Make sure to check us out on Instagram and Facebook. And as always,
Support your local hobby shop.